Yeah, you know what it is. We talk about my boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Little B. He sees an innovator. Come see and make sure you see who he's innovated. Kendrick Lamar, the Migos, Chief Keef, designer. Did he influence them or did he not? So let's go see the history. There's not no mystery of the man, Little B. Brandon Christopher McCartney, born August 17th, 1989, known professionally as Lil B and Little B, the bass god, is an American rapper and record producer. He began his career as a member of the Berkeley, California-based hip-hop group The Pack in 2005, who signed with Two Shorts Up All Night Records, an imprint of Jive Records. In the following year, the group became the best known for the hit Vans. Their sole entry on the Billboard Hot 100 later releasing two studio albums before disbanding in 2010. Also known as the bass guy Little Boss, born Brandon Christopher McCarthy, August 17th, 1989, was making him 36 years old. Parker, California. Genres: West Coast hip hop, cloud rap, hyphy, new age, occupations, rapper, songwriter, producer. Works Lil Baby discography years after 2004 to present. Labels: Bass World, Permanent Marks, Weird Forward, Stacks on Deck, Fools Go, Algorithm, Phone of the Pack. McCarthy's extensive use of the social media in his solo career and online persona has yielded the cult following. His work spans several genres, including comedy, hip hop, new age, jazz, indie rock, and choral music. He calls his alter ego the bass guy and is credited with having the coin slang term bass, which originally donated a lifestyle of positivity and produced own boldness. By the late 2010s, the phrase had been used to describe stances or actions that negotiate political correctness. By the 2020s, the term had entered the mainstream and regained a natural connection. Yeah. Lil B has been credited as the godfather of internet rap and the pioneer of the cloud rap subgenre, as well as one of the most influential rappers of the 2010s, influenced artists such as Kendrick Lamar, Playboy Cardi, Young Thug, Lil Yachty, Chief Keef, Chance the Rapper, Young Lean, Earl Switzer, Black Cray, Belated, Xavier Bass, and Tyler the Creator, as well as actor Timothy Clement. Early life. Brandon Lee Christopher was born on August 17th, 1989 in Berkeley, California and attended high school at Albany High in Albany. He adopted the name Lil B and began rapping at the age of 15 with San Francisco Bay Area-based hip-hop group The Pack. After two locally successful mixtapes at the peak of the Bay Area's infinite movement, and the group song Bands became a suppressed hit. The song was ranked at the fifth best 2006 by Rolling Stones magazine, and the strength of the bands led the group to release the Skateboards to Scrapers EP featuring the Vans remix with Bay Area rappers Too Short and Mr. FAB. Period F, period A, period B, period. In 2007, McCartney and the Pack released their first album, Bass Boys Career. 2009 2010, solo success and collaborations. On September 25th, 24th, 2009, McCartney released his first digital album, in Drax, with two X's twisting down the middle with the West Coast via independent label Permanent Marks. On December 22nd, 2009, McCartney released his second digital album, Six Kids, to critical reception. On March 25th, 2010, McCartney released his debut mixtape, Dire Paint, on April 3rd, 2010. McCartney official signed to fellow artist Soulja Boy label SODMG. Soulja Boy Tell 'em. Entertainment. On May 7th, 2010, McCartney released a mixtape entitled Bass World Parts 1. On July 5th, 2010, McCartney released a collaboration mixtape with Soulja Boy entitled Pretty Boy Millionaires. McCartney had recorded over 1,500 tracks as of July 2010, including hits like a Martian, Wonton Soup, Pretty B, I'm God, all of which were released for free on September 21st, 2010. McCartney released his debut studio album, Rain in England, through the Weird Forest Records and described the Guardians as a Beatles beat poetry style set where McCarthy voiced a quiver with earnestness, ponders love, beauty, and all the bad things in the world of a half-knife new age scent washes. 2010 to present mixtape. On December 29th, 2010, it was announced and confirmed that McCarthy signed an album deal with Algorithm Digital on July 10th, 2011. McCarthy released the EP Paint through his label Base World Records on January 18th, 2011. McCarthy released his fourth digital album entitled Angels Exodus. And through Algorithm Digital on April 14th, 2011, McCarthy announced that his next album would be entitled I'm Gay, which caused a degree of controversy. On June 29th, 2011, McCarthy released his fifth digital album, I'm Gay, I'm Happy, through Algorithm Digital, and album entered the Billboard's R&B slash hip hop albums chart at number 56 in the Heart Seekers albums chart on number 20 for the week of July 16th, 2011. On May 17th, 2012, McCarthy released his first instrumental album, Choices and Flowers, under alias The Bass God. On September 16th, 2012, McCarthy released the rock single titled California Boy. What that do, man? What that is, boy? Here we is. On December 30th, 2012, McCarthy released his second instrumental album entitled Tears for God, also under the alias The Bass God. On December 24th, 2013, McCarthy released the mixtape L5 FM. You know, the word that rhymes truck, duck, tuck, and buck, which contained 101 songs. One songs, I mean, folks. On June 1st, sorry, silly rabbit. June 1st, 2014, McCarthy released a mixtape titled Hoop Life, which would be known for containing a track entitled FKD, called out NBA player Kevin Durant. On October 14th, 2014, McCartney released the Ultimate B-Hop mixtape featuring the song No Black Person is Ugh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Snoop Dogg, Fun McCartney, you know what it is. On July 19th, 2015, McCartney and Chance the Rapper announced that they had a record collaboration mixtape. It was released as Free Bass Freestyles mixtape. On August 5th, later that year, on December 30th, McCartney released a 63-track mixtape, Thugged Out, Pissed Off. In 2017, McCartney was featured on Terra J, and yes, remix to their song Come First. On August 17th, 2017, McCartney released Black Ken, the K-E-N, not to be mistaken off of Street Fighters or Ken the Dog. Describe it as his first official mixtape. The mixtape reached number 24 on the top Heat Seekers charts and number 44 on the independent albums charts for the week on September 2nd, 2017. On June 2022, McCartney released Frozen in the Frozen tape. In August, he released tracks with 3X's, a TRA, Kiss, in collaboration with producer Keyboard. McCartney released Africanist, a jazz album on December 22nd, 2022. Artistry, McCartney and Costa Best Festival in 2011. Bass McCartney, the music critics refer to his rapper style as bass, a word that McCartney also used to describe a positive bold lifestyle based on the reclaimed word, as described to McCartney in Complex. Base means being myself, not being scared of what people think about you, not being afraid to do you want to do, being positive. When I was younger, base was a negative term. That meant like dope head or bass head. People used to make the fun of me. They was like, you're base. They get used to it as a negative. And what I did was turn the negative into a positive, and I started embracing it. Like, yeah, I'm base. I made it in. I'm embedded in my head. Base is positive. Rapping technique. Yes. Let's go. Peace. Love. Slate columnist Jonah Wiener labeled him as one of the growing numbers of weird old MCs, calling him a brilliant warp post little brain deconstructionist from the Bay Area. Musical critic Willie Staley described McCartney's work as virgin-rated because it ranges from critical parodies of hip hop genres that have new age, have spoken word. He further notes that McCartney draws from a large variety of genres, especially those not commonly used by other rappers. In an interview, Stanley McCartney agrees with this analysis, saying, "I can do swag OD, but then my favorite music artist right now could be Anthony and the Johnsons. And the difference between me and these other rappers and other music artists is general." Other ventures are author, motivational speaker, but Johnny Vigo personal life. On January 16th, 2015, McCartney's apartment building in Concord Coast County, California caught on fire early in the morning on Thursday. After the electrical fire spread through the building, McCartney and 6 other people were saved by 15-year-old Mato Yasmel, who ran through the building to wake everyone up for 2016 U.S. presidential election. He endorsed Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Vermont. Y'all got text by Zeta breaking that. Y'all got y'all in check. You know where that came from. Special Show 2006, the lost season. Citing his civil rights records, McCartney has asked multiple women for pictures of their feet, hands, chest, and thighs with "I love Lil B" written on it. In 2018, McCartney sent private Twitter messages to 17-year-old asking for pictures of her body with "I love Lil B" written on it. Failing to ask her age, other young women came forward saying they would ask for pictures of the post on Twitter and Instagram. Z feud with Joe Budden, The Game, Joey Badass, ZZ, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Boogie with the Hoodie, and PNB Rock. Legacy influence. Lil B has been credited as one of the most influential rappers, which I read that selected discography. After my biology study for you and me with Tech9 Psychology, Six Kiss, 2009, Rain in England, 2010, Angels Exodus, 2011, I'm Gay, I'm Happy, 2011, Choices and Flowers, 2012, Tears for God with the actual 4, that's 2012, and this is the story of Lil B. Now, you want to see the answer? Dun dun dun. The answer is he's very influential. Him and Soulja Boy went neck and neck as really bringing hip hop to YouTube. If it was for them, the styles wouldn't be what we got are today. We wouldn't have had rappers on YouTube, rappers making money on Kick, rappers making money on Twitch, like I'm doing myself. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, get this mofo 5 shares a piece, share all my lives. And we out. Keep on keeping on. Keep God in life. FN. Appreciate everyone who share my videos and like me. And shout out to Lil B for being motivational. And we out like the Bone Thugs homie shirt.